Hi everyone, welcome to my new series, One and Done. Now I'm going to start this video off by saying one and done doesn't necessarily mean only one. It is my goal to at least get one. I might do 2 layouts, I might get 3 layouts. Probably my guess is that I won't get any more than that, but I want to at least try to get 1 layout and then I'm going to be done. So basically, in one of my past videos recently, I talked about my reorganizing of my room. One thing I did was I was feeling very overwhelmed by having so many collections. And when I say so many collections, I don't really mean all brand new. You know, what I've always kind of done is I keep my stuff together by collection. And when I would use it a little bit, I'd put it back on the shelf. So I would have, you know, half of what, like actually 3 cubbies full in a Calyx unit of what I consider to qualify scraps, basically, is what I'll call them. They're not all just scraps, but that's what is a good word for them. To me, it was just leftover stuff that is just sitting on my shelves, taking up the spot. So when I'd go in to use something, what do I use? There was too many choices. Sometimes, you know, when they say less is more, I feel like that was a really good way to kind of describe it, because that's another reason why I really haven't been putting up very many videos, is I didn't know what to do. You know, what photos do I use? And I've never struggled with this before. And it's not like I've been doing a ton of shopping. It's not like any of that. I'm still watching my shopping. This is actually, in my opinion, going to help with the shopping as well. So basically what this is I'm pulling out. So this is an example. I wanted to show you. This is what I'm going to use first. And I think at the beginning of each video, I won't talk this much, because this time I'm just explaining what basically this series is about. But in future, for these one and done videos, I will just kind of show you what I have and what I'm going to use. And that's it. For this one, I pulled this one out because I already have a few photos picked out. This is the Domestic Bliss collection. I really liked this collection, but then I started, you know, how many pictures do I have of us vacuuming or sweeping or, you know, household chores? Super cute stuff, but you can see I've got everything in here. I've already used up some of the stuff. It's not a collection that I'm really, really crazy about, but it is also a collection where I at least want to try to get a couple more, 1, maybe 2, or, you know, whatever, at least 1, and then I'm not going to put it back on my shelf. What I also used to do was cut down my collections when I got to the scraps of the collection. You can see it's just kind of a pile here. When I got to the scraps of the collection, I would cut them down to be Project Life size, because I do Project Life. But unless it's, you know, like these ones here have specific, you know, 3x4 cards, or the cut apart sheets with the 4x6s, maybe I'll cut those down. I'll let you know per video, per collection, what kind of happens. But I have so many of these, like, collection scraps. That's a good word for it. Collection scraps left over, that taking up space and taking up room in my thoughts of what to use next, what should I make, what, you know, I felt really good. I took all of those off my shelves and I put the other stuff, the good collections, the new ones, the nice ones, the ones I love, they're on the shelves by theme and then by brand, which I think I've shown you guys before. So it's basically, it'll start with like animals, and then that's the theme. And then brand would be like Doodlebug. And I have them in order kind of mostly in order by alphabet after the theme. Actually, the themes are in alphabet too. So like animal and then baby and then, you know, so on, birthday, so on and so forth. And then it's like Bella Boulevard, Doodlebug, Echo Park. So in that order as well. And I took all of these out of those spots, and I have these in the different sections, which is why I know there's 3 cubbies of these left for me to use up. And I have these, and what I'm going to do is, this is my series. I don't know how often this series will go up. My goal is at least once a month. I'm hoping that I can do this every other week, at least use one of these. My major goal is to make one of these, use one of these up every other week this year. And I'm thinking I'm going to make it like I have to use a certain number up before I can purchase something new. So say Doodlebug releases their next collection. If I love it, then I have to use, 5 of these up, depending on the layouts too. I don't really know. I haven't really thought that far ahead on that one, but that is what this series is for, and I am so excited. I'm excited about the thought of, one, getting this stuff used up so I have more room. And actually, now that I'm going to say it, there is more than 3 cubbies, because I just remembered I looked back there and there was extra, a few of them still sitting on the floor because I couldn't shove them in between. But I want the space. I think it'll be great to have the space. It'll be great to get these layouts used up, because this is the stuff I didn't hate. If I just didn't like it at all, I got rid of it. I put it in some de-stash boxes. If there's any like full 12x12s left over, I'm not even going to worry about using all the 12x12s or anything like that. It's just whatever I feel like making from these, no pressure, and then I'm done. So 1 and done. If I do 1, then I'm done. If I want to do more, I can do more. This one, you can see where there's kind of some scraps in here from doing a layout before. I actually really like those papers. Those are kind of pretty. That would be good for even not with this collection. So if I want to make another mini collection, I can. I don't plan on putting it back on my shelf. I have to use it right away. That is maybe depending on what I've got going on in my room at the time, because I don't want this to be the only videos I make this year. But that is basically my new series. So it's kind of like using up scraps, but these, obviously you can tell, there's quite a few, 12x12s. So here's a half-used sticker sheet, but there's a few 12x12s, and not all of them have scraps. Some of them have, nothing but 12x12s. Maybe it's a mini collection, and so on and so forth. But I also hope you will play along. Pull something off your shelves that you don't hate. If you hate something and you have the ability to get rid of it, I know some people it stresses them out to get rid of it, but you need to enjoy using the fun stuff. You need to get rid of that not so fun stuff. Now this is the stuff. I got rid of the not so fun stuff. There wasn't a ton of it. But I did get rid of some of that not so fun stuff. And this is the stuff that I don't hate, but I want to get used up. I want it gone. I want it there. So to not keep repeating myself, which I'm really good at doing. Some of you say you love my videos, and I'm just like, I don't know why. Because I just chatter so much. I feel like I just like ramble and ramble. But anyways, so just a quick show you what I have. And I will do just a quick show in the beginning of each video. So if you don't like listening to me go on and on, then you feel free to fast forward. So there is some of the sticker sheet. There is a few full 12x12s. I like this heart one. I like the colors in that. So there's 3 and 4. So I'm not sure what exactly. And I have no plans for these. There's one with all 4x6s. May or may not get used up. And just some scraps. And again, I kind of already showed you this. There must have been like a 4x6, either a cut apart sheet or Yeah, that was a cut apart sheet, I can tell. So then there was a sticker, you know, their sticker packs they used to sell. I guess they made them into books now, right? These feel like a little bit actually better quality than the ones that are coming out now, but I mean, this is from 2017. So yeah, and then there's chipboard. I saw some brads in there. So this is what I'm going to start with. So welcome to my first series. And now I'm going to go ahead and get to making the layouts. I do have a few different, I imagine I'm going to get more than one done out of this one because I do have a few selected photos already. All right. I'm going to start off by saying sorry for so much rambling on in the beginning of this video. I was just editing it just now and I've already done this layout. I can't really start over, but I noticed I repeated myself a few times, but I I just have a tendency to do that. So I do my best, right? That's all I can say. The second thing I'm going to say really quick is I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. At first here, I'm going to kind of go over some of these papers. You can see at first I was trying to follow a sketch. I don't remember the sketch. It was just something I think I saw either on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. And then I start to play around with it and decide to try kind of just doing my own thing. And I find when I am down to just like scraps like this, again, I do have a few 12 by 12s, but you can kind of see I'm using a couple of the scraps. I do a little better when using just kind of doing my own thing rather than following a sketch. Um, I don't know. I think the stuff just kind of falls together, or I don't really know how to explain it. Uh, but I'm happy. This is again another single page, so I hope you double page lovers don't mind. I do seem to be having a lot of single pages kind of on my channel lately. Don't worry, because I definitely will have more double pages that will be in the future. I've noticed my style in the last few, I don't know, 6 months or so has kind of changed a little bit. Like I used to pre-print all my photos at 4x6, and now I kind of want to do smaller photos and just different things, not necessarily single pages. I don't mean that. Just I've just noticed I'm kind of changing a little bit, and part of it I think is because I know how far behind I am with this kind of stuff, or with my scrapbooking. So I think I want to kind of catch up a little bit. I know I will never fully catch up, but yeah. Anyways, I am gluing these papers down now. I did tear the bottoms of both of them. You might have seen. And I am just adding the tiniest bit of adhesive to these layouts because I do plan to sew them, like add some stitching. It's kind of been my thing lately. I didn't do it on the boy layout that I did for the Mad About mini paper pads, but I didn't really think that called for stitching. So, and I don't really show it, but I did stitch around all the sides except for the torn bottom sides. So I guess basically three sides of each of those boxes, the left, the top, and the bottom. And I have these two photos. These were from a long time ago, and we were remodeling our kitchen. So for about 4 months, not only did we have a brand new baby, but and a newly diagnosed diabetic child, but we decided to redo our kitchen. Actually, we'd already had plans and I had already started the kitchen when the baby and everything happened. So, but these are pictures of me washing the dishes in the bathroom because it was the only sink other than in my other bathroom, which is actually smaller. So, yeah, I think about it now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Gross. But we for 4 months, you get tired of eating out. Oh my gosh, it was like 1 month, and it was, you think great, no dishes, no stuff like that, but really the food gets bad fast. And it, we were so anytime, I mean, and the stuff that I was washing was probably like oven meals because my husband did set up our oven in our old dining room area. Um, but I figured if there were good pictures for this collection, this was a couple of them. And the saying, ain't nobody got time for that. I've always loved that saying. Um, so I figured that would make a pretty good title. And this layout actually goes pretty quick. Didn't take me long to put together. Again, probably because I'm going to throw the clusters together. This one in the top left kind of gives me a little bit of trouble here and there. I think just because the things I wanted to put there wouldn't fit next to the other things. And I really wanted to use this Hello Life. I don't think that I get it used there. Although looking at it now from the camera view that you guys see, it doesn't bother me there. But why I didn't want it there was because I felt like it was too many words, like too many black scripty words right there in that same little area. Again, looking at it from the camera view, I don't mind it at all. I actually kind of liked it. So, but it is what it is. The layout's done and it's made and put away almost. Um, no, it's not put away yet. Don't worry. I'm not that ahead of things. So also looking at the icons and stuff, I saw the broom, and there's not actually, surprisingly, I don't really think there's anything about doing dishes here on this layout, which about household chores, you think that dishes would be one thing that would definitely be on there, but it's not. So I just kind of pull things out, like the broom. I mean, this is still a household chore, so using a broom, I'm going to put the vacuum sticker on there. The vacuum sticker, I put it down and then I kind of wish that I hadn't put it down. You will kind of see as I do that, but in the end, it doesn't really bother me. It got an icon used up that I probably normally wouldn't use. Let me know if this is a collection that any of you out there have used or bought, or, I mean, it was from 2017, so it was quite a while ago. So I'm curious to know if any of you actually used this and what kind of pictures you used for it. I'm thinking, again, I mentioned that one paper could be used, separately, like its own layout, and not necessarily with this theme of the collection. And I'm sure there's stuff I could pull on. I'm not done. This is one of those collections that's definitely going to get more than just one layout done, but I did have to put it on hold temporarily to do my other series, my Mad About paper pad series, and I think I did something else, but anyways. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious if anybody else has used this collection and what you used it for. I do have, this would be super cute if you had like a little girl or even a little boy, because my little boy, he loved to help with sweeping and things like that. Like not with a normal broom, but I got you will see this in another picture. I got a swivel sweeper. Does anybody remember the swivel sweeper? And boy, that boy was in heaven. And that might actually be what the next layout is for this collection. But anyways, not to give too much away. But I think that would be really cute for, Disney princesses and stuff, Cinderella, whatever, doing the chores. Anyways, so there's where I put the vacuum sticker, and I don't mind it there. I just later on I go to add something else there. And at this point, it does look like there is only a cluster in the top left and on the right. But where I'm adding this heart arrow sticker, I'm going to add my journaling, and I type up my journaling in strips. And I do not show that on the video, but you can see in the still shot photo, I believe my journaling is all on there. And it really makes a big difference because the journaling, there's actually a lot of journaling, like not a ton, but it fills in that area down there below pretty well. And I did add a little heart. This cluster here on the right is kind of disjointed, I guess is a good word for it, because it's got the clip up above with the heart, and then space, and then the vacuum, and then space, and then that blue sticker. So it is a tad off, but again, I didn't really mind. I guess it goes with that sticker. I put the mess in domestic, which I thought was pretty funny. And then I decided I wanted to add a few word stickers, and they looked really good here in the cluster on the left. The cluster on the right, I'm going to struggle with where to put them a little bit, but I'm still going to add them there. A little bit of that problem comes from the colors, like that to-do sticker. I didn't want to put it here. This is where the vacuum kind of throws me off, because the stickers I did want to add there, the colors were the same as that vacuum, and I wanted different colors to pull, like the yellow over from that frame in the top left, or more pink over there, or so I was trying to find stickers that were different colors. But I do think that I give up here and just partly cover the vacuum, and I don't worry too much about the colors as long as they're not completely the same. And then I don't think I add any word stickers to button next to the journaling. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't. The last thing that I am going to add is a few brads. So I'm basically going to put one brad in each cluster. And I have to be honest, using these brads, this was back when they still had the little tines or tongs on the back of them. And it makes me appreciate the fact that they are sticky back now. So it was interesting using some of their brads and still having to poke a hole in your layout to put them in, but it works out. The third brad, I am going to pick out this one with the house, and I'm planning on putting it there. And I think it would have looked good, but when I glued my journaling down, I forgot that I was going to add that brad there. So it because I forgot, there's no room. So I did pick out a different brad that was smaller and fit in that area a little bit better. But the three brads do kind of make a final triangle on the layout. And then the last thing I did, you can see there, is I did add some splatters with a Close to My Heart glitter pen. And I feel like the splatters got to be a little bit too much, but I feel like they just kind of finished off the layout. So I hope you enjoyed this series, and I need to go and get back to work on my next layout. Let me know below what you think. Please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.